Hi everyone, just welcome to a new session. So today we're gonna cover how to train an ML model from Databricks. It's quite easy, I'm gonna say. The only thing we need to go is machine learning experiments, and we're gonna create one experiment for which we're gonna run later on multiple runs. Each run is going to create a different model, and each model could be served or run as an inference endpoint on the Databricks platform, everything in the same place. The main problem is, as a community user of the Databricks platform, we are not able to register the model, to run a model registry, and because of that we couldn't run the model itself. We are not going to be able to send requests to it. If you want to do so, you need to have a production environment in Databricks. Somehow we can see all the steps. It's quite easy, quite simple, and we can leave that run of the model for another day. So the only thing we need to do is come in here on experiments, create experiment, give it a name like Dart ML exp1. We just click on create. Once we're here, we just go for new run, okay, and using notebook. So this is going to give us a couple of examples that we can use. One of them is for LLMs or large language models, and the other is for classical ML. So what I'm going to do is just basically copy this thing in here. It's quite simple, this code. Click on OK and just come on new notebook. I'm just going to create a new notebook, so it's going to be demo ML exp. We're going to copy these on a cell and we are going to run it. If we don't assign a cluster, it's going to assign us the first cluster that it has. So let's first assign or attach the cluster and then run it. So as we can see, we're getting an error in here. We're seeing no model named MLflow, and that is because we have not installed the requirements. So I'm just gonna add a new code snippet. I can just move it on top. We could run it below or above and then just run the rest of the training. You can choose that. So one of them is gonna be pip install MLflow, and the other is gonna be pip install scalar. Alright, so as soon as we just click on here, it's gonna install the dependencies. It's gonna take some seconds, and then we can just run. It's gonna give us the output of the commands, and then we can just go for the execution. It's quite simple. So how we are assigning or how we are linking this execution with the experiment is because we're giving MLflow set experiment, we're giving an ID of the experiment, which is basically the one that we just created, and then we just say, hey, autolog for all the different hyperparameters, results, etc. And then we load a diabetes dataset. That's the example one. That's quite quick, just to get started on the Databricks platform. And then we just train, test split to have a train, test, and for the X and the labels, and then basically we just train a random forest regression model, which basically is gonna train multiple decision trees, and it's gonna find for each of the inputs, it's gonna find the best tree that can give an approximate or an estimated value for the given inputs, and then we're gonna just print some predictions. All right, so we can just run it here now. As I told you before, we can interrupt at any time anything. If we just click on interrupt, that's going to interrupt the process, and it's going to show cancel, and it's going to give us the results up until that point, right? So as we can see, it has logged one of the runs. Somehow this run is empty. It doesn't have anything because we have cancelled, and as we can see, it has failed. That's what it says right here, because it has not completed. We have interrupted the training process. These are the parameters. These are the basically, if we don't tell, hey, MLflow, just log these parameters or log these results or log this whatever, these metrics, it's gonna log everything that it has. and that's going to be quicker for us to get started. So let's go to experiments. Let's go to our experiment, which basically is this one in here, and this is the one that has failed already, so let's just finish the process itself. I think it was this one. So we still have the results right here, because it is all safe. That's something I told you guys. I feel like notebooks are something good moving forward. The only thing is we just need to learn how to use them, because it is not quite clear. It's gonna give us some cool output like these things, and I think it has finished. So we could go to experiment, we could go for run, or we can just click on here, like this one. And I think this one has successfully finished. This is the data set, these are the tags, this is the notebook that we have used for training, this is the model. Okay, we cannot use a model, as I told you guys before, but that is absolutely fine. If we want to validate or test the model, we can do so with these commands in here. It has generated the conda that we have used before, which is basically use MLflow, use scikit-learn. It has also the dependencies we were using Python 3.9, and these are the different parts. Okay, so these are the metrics: training score, training root mean score. These are right here. We could compare them between one another. Okay, like if we train again the same thing, we could do it from the workspace, or we could do it from the experiments. We come to the experiments, we click on this, and this has successfully gone through, and it says failed to load model. So we could try again, new run. We can go for new run using notebook, and alright, we can just come in here. This is the one we're looking for. Alright, hold on a sec. Alright, now we're here, and now we can run another time this thing. So it is gonna take us some seconds, and it's gonna log a new run, so we can just for the experiment, and we're gonna see a couple of them that are successful. There you go, these two ones. They took pretty much the same amount of time, 4 seconds, and this new model has been logged. So we could to 13 extent compare them. Like if we click on here, we don't have any evaluation metrics, but we can have a look at the different results. Like we have trained the green and this other green, but the yellow didn't went through. It failed. Because of that, we don't have the results. So we can see which models made it better. And whenever we're ready, we can just come in here and say click on the model and say, hey, I want you to register the model. Select the model and click on register. I don't think we are allowed to do so because we don't have access to the model registry. It says that it has failed. Otherwise, it could be on the registry model. If you have a production environment, you should be able to see it. And we could run as many runs as we wanted. So this is basically the main example. We can also delete the failed ones if we choose to. Okay, that's basically it. We can filter by different deleted. This one has been deleted, that's why it appears right here. And we can group by sort, columns, whatever. So I hope you liked this video. This is a quick one on how to train a simple ML model on Databricks. Like, subscribe, click the bell button. See you in the next one. Bye bye.